Coming up next on the weekly wrap-up, Konami has begun re-adding Kojima branding to Metal Gear Solid games. Have the two decided to set aside their little quarrel? In other Metal Gear news, the Metal Gear Solid movie now has a screenwriter. Is the movie finally ready to roll? Nintendo held a Nintendo Direct this week, and there was a ton of Wii U and 3DS news. And there's a lot more amiibos coming too. The Legend of Zelda for Wii U has been delayed. Say it ain't so. And finally, Quantum Break, the exclusive Xbox One game, has been delayed too? How far, do you ask? Stay tuned to find out this and more, including an exciting announcement right now on the weekly wrap-up. What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the weekly wrap-up. Your host, of course, A to the P, Albert Perkins, right here on Mammoth Gaming. There's a ton of news to get into as I was out for last week, and as you can see, there's a brand new set. Hope you guys enjoy it. So there's a lot of news to get into, as I mentioned. Let's check out what went down in the news for this week, the week of April 3rd, 2015. Discovered by Video Gamer this week, Hideo Kojima's name returned to a select few Metal Gear Solid titles. Now these titles include Metal Gear Solid The Legacy Collection, as well as Metal Gear Solid 3D Snake Eater. This follows a rebranding effort by Konami after the falling out and recent report that Kojima will be leaving Konami following Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Kojima's future with the company is still in question, and following The Phantom Pain, there's still no telling what will happen next. As you may know, Kojima was also behind the Silent Hills reboot. This also appears to be in question, as the Kojima Productions logo has been pulled from the Silent Hills website as well. Could Silent Hills now only be worked on by Konami? Certainly something to ponder. Hopefully we'll find out some news soon. More Metal Gear news, this time on the big screen. It appears that the Metal Gear movie may be finally moving forward after reports this week that the studio has finally went ahead and hired a screenwriter. The movie was announced way back in 2012, and that was the last we heard any news regarding the status of a Metal Gear motion picture. Deadline reported this week that British writer Jay Basu was hired by Sony Pictures to write the film. Now, if we can only get some actors to play the roles of Otacon, Meryl, Colonel Campbell, Naomi, and Solid and Liquid Snake, we'd be in business. For more on the Metal Gear Solid movie, stay tuned to Mammoth Gamers in the weekly wrap-up. On the latest Nintendo Direct that was held this week, there was an enormous amount of 3DS and Wii U news. And if you're looking for more Amiibo news, look no further, because Nintendo looks like they're all set to deliver. Here's the scoop. If you like yarn and you like Amiibos, you'll get the best of both worlds, as there is a new Amiibo coming in the form of yarn. The Yarn Yoshi Amiibo will launch later this year during the fall with the release of Yoshi's Woolly World. Using the Amiibo will create an additional Yoshi to appear within the game to help cooperatively. The Amiibo will come in green, pink, and blue. The next wave of Super Smash Bros. Amiibo are on the way starting on May 29th. Look for Charizard, Pac-Man, Wario, Jigglypuff, Greninja, Robin, Lucina, and Ness. On the Wii U side of things, Mario Maker finally has a release window. You'll have to wait a bit though, as you won't be able to create your own Mario levels until September to coincide with the 30th anniversary of the original Super Mario Bros. Release. Pokemon Rumble World is on the way, and the game will be a free download on the 3DS with paid content. Now the game will feature more than 700 Pokemon spanning across multiple iterations of Pokemon titles. There was a lot more Nintendo Direct news, and I've got a full summary written up on Mammoth Gamers, so be sure to head on over there and check it out. The Legend of Zelda for Wii U has been delayed indefinitely. The game will not be shown off at this year's E3 Expo either. Nintendo is focusing on making the most complete and best game that it can possibly be. The new launch timing has not yet been determined. Hopefully, we'll see Link in some new adventures sometime here in 2016. And speaking of delays, unfortunately Quantum Break won't be released anytime soon either. The Xbox One exclusive has been pushed back to at least 2016. The reason for the delay given by Microsoft regarding Quantum Break is that they don't want to release the game during a busy launch cycle. Curious, as the game looked stellar when it was shown off at E3 last year, but Microsoft has stated that the lineup during that window is very saturated with exclusive titles. So we'll just have to wait to get our hands on the action-packed title. And now for the special announcement that I have for you guys. As you know, the weekly wrap-up brings general video game news with the biggest news stories each and every week. But you know what? I thought I need to deliver more to my followers, I need to deliver more to my subscribers and my viewers. So with that said, I've decided to come up with a new show that will be airing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The weekly wrap-up is proud to present hashtags. That's right. Now hashtags will be coming, like I said, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays each and every week, and we'll sum up that day's video game news and events, top stories from that day on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Now the weekly wrap-up will also go ahead and continue as it always has each week, summing up the top news stories during the course of the week. Hashtags will be more of a quick-fire fashion of the top news events for that given day. So be sure to tune in to hashtags this coming Tuesday. And that's a wrap on this week's show. I appreciate you guys tuning in, as always. For more video game, tech, geek, and nerd news, make sure you keep it locked right here on Mammoth Gamers, where we geek big. And for more weekly wrap-up videos, head on over to the Weekly Wrap-Up's YouTube channel at youtube.com/Weekly Wrap-Up Gaming. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and tune in this Tuesday for the Weekly Wrap-Up presents Hashtags. I am your host, Albert Perkins, and you have been wrapped up for the week of April 3rd. We'll see you next time. Have a great week, folks.